Guess what I was doing August the 6th, 2024. Shout out to Facebook for bringing up this old memory of me capturing Blueface's grandfather outside of the court looking like an in pro se attorney for the people. He had a lot to say about Blueface arrest and his grandkids like Javon being at the courthouse and the psychological consequences that it could have upon the development of that child.
Yourself for the camera?
Yes, my name is Keith Harvey. I'm from Georgia.
Keith Harvey from Georgia. Very nice meeting you. You're an OG. You look professional. I'm glad that you're here. People said you look like like you're ready to go and win a case.
I've been doing this for 30 years.
Okay. So real quick, so earlier today you got into it with Bodine involving the grandkids of yours, and I'm just trying to clarify because Bodine has been very supportive of your grandkids, and you and him got into a little spat about that. Can you give me more information as to why there's a conflict?
Sure. First of all, this is not the place for children. Second of all, a 7-year-old boy should not see his father come out in a jumpsuit. I mean, that's going to stick with him for the rest of his life. And as far as the gentleman Bodine, to speak to a grandfather about his blood child and being a total stranger and to offer an opinion is totally disrespectful. And what's a better word? It's just, I'm going to just use disrespectful since I'm here using that. And to not know anything about me, to suggest something as stupid as to say she couldn't afford a babysitter to bring the kids here to court, to me is just it's unrealistic. And the overall approach to this situation concerning my grandchildren and behavior of Blueface, Jonathan, of his mother, of his grandmother, and everybody that's surrounding him seems to be neglecting the children. And so I'm going to say this so everybody can hear me. About mines, I'm down all the way, whether it's children's services or Supermax prison. I'm here today to see what's going on with Jonathan, but also to see what's going on with my children, because this is going too far. For her to even bring these children here is a total insult to the system. It's an insult to the judge, and it weighs negatively in Jonathan's favor, because no judge is going to look good on a black man standing here with his son in the audience, looking at him at a jumpsuit. So, far as I'm concerned, and I don't care how Jonathan feels, his mother feels, his baby mama feels, or anything else. This is a case for children's services. The whole situation is a case for children's services.
Let me ask you a question about that. All family and good family.
And by the way, I was capping because, I was cool and I was just trying to play the 50. Mr. Harvey ain't said nothing wrong, okay? This is why, and mind you, this is the same day that Chrisean Rock got arrested and Chrisean Jr. was abandoned at the courthouse, and Mr. Harvey wasn't playing that, okay? Mr. Harvey wasn't playing that. Carlissa, on this very same day, Carlissa looked me dead in my camera face and told me that she know for a fact that Shunya is her grandchild, but then double backing it, wide wrench, just doing all kind of shit. So it would be easy for somebody to call Carlissa out on what the fuck she did, how she took part in playing with Chrisean Rock mental health. 1 minute it's your grandchild, and then even Blueface grandmom, Mr. Harvey's former wife, a crackhead, she was hanging out with Blueface granddaddy and Chrisean and stuff when she was over there pretending like she was gonna be a football star, like how she pretending that she a pro boxer right now, right? Yeah, we gonna get to that in a little bit. But Carlissa looked me and said, I know that's my grandbaby in that video, okay, on this particular day. And then went outside and laughed and said the police arrested Chrisean, she don't know who gonna take the child. So Mr. Harvey convinced that Chrisean Jr. is his grandchild, and why are y'all leaving him? You know what Carlissa did to Mr. Harvey? Because he said that CPS need to get involved with all of them messing. She left him at the courthouse and drove 30 miles away. Left him. And then came back and talking about asked her not what happened. And Mr. Harvey, he messed his hell too. He came here, he said he don't even know if Carlissa is his child because her mama was a hoe. All this other stuff. He don't know it all. He's told all they business. He even called, what's the other one name? Cisco. Yeah, he made up that nickname. Or I did. Either way, he came on and he was laughing at Cisco. He probably didn't know he would lie. But he just as messy as Carlissa and the other one. and the whole family. Okay, he know who he was dealing with. Don't blame it on Carlissa mama, who stay out of the way. Who one time she got high and Carlissa told it, and she came back online and said Carlissa whooped her, and then Carlissa want us to feel bad because Callie whooped her. Fuck all y'all.
They blood thicker than water. We all hear that. So Bodine has been in your
Understand
grandkids'
again,
lives.
you're talking to me about someone who I never met before in my life. So you're asking me to trust someone.
And what the crazy part, this was the first that he met Jaidyn and the other grandchildren.
Oh, Lord.
Came here dressed like he practicing law without a license.
With my grandchildren and my grandson with an individual I know nothing about. For him to approach me and have a conversation about my seed, this is my seed, who I fed and gave my life to take care of, for someone to even address me and have a conversation concerning him is disrespectful.
All right, you said it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
And I appreciate this gentleman for getting my take on it.
You know, we definitely know you said everything right, Mr. Harvey, and we gonna respect you as the senior citizen you is. And just like your daughter, Carlissa, with that big ass bald spot like Michael Jackson had on the Pepsi commercial. She messy, you messy, y'all messy. And then had the nerve to come out here trying to collect some coin. Yeah, that was Pinkface screaming in the back. Yes, that was her. Running around the court for the bust her head wide open. That was Pinkface. I met all, you know, that's the same day that Javon looked at me and said, hey, I know you. I was like, how you know me? My mom watches you on her TV. And I'm like, oh, she like to be quiet. That's why she took that picture with me, because she know I be dragging Chrisean tonight. She get her rocks off because she mad because Blueface don't want her over there with Nevaeh and stuff. And now she being an unfit mother by deliberately keeping Blueface out of Journey's birthday party when the nigga wasn't here for 2 years to celebrate that. So what was the purpose of Jaidyn going to Blueface hearings and bringing the kids? I seen Jaidyn trying to run up to let Blueface touch Journey when he had number shackles on. You traumatized that child. That's why when he got out, she was slapping him in the mouth and the face and telling him he hate her. And Pinkface is a mess, a big liar too. Dead ass Pinkface, one of the biggest liars on the internet. Going into people's school, biting the children and everybody and everything she doing, telling Carlissa that them other people doing. And then she going in there with that bald spot big like Michael Jackson at that Pepsi Smash commercial, telling them cracker what to do when they finna get rid of you and Pinkface. Pinkface, first of all, what child names themselves Pinkface? That right there let you know she gonna be a juvenile delinquent. I want to be Northwest, but the only time she go viral is when she take them little pink face mug shots. And by the time she get Northwest age, I worried about some piercing her face. It's going to look just like Blueface, but it's going to be pink face. That's why I did not stay blessed respecting his. Of course I respect my elders. But see, Mr. Harvey he tried to do me in. Had Aunt Bertha Jenkins and all them bitches calling me saying we need a deposit to do an interview. You ain't getting no money around this motherfucker. Shit. I ain't get no extra. I ain't go, Blueface granddaddy. Nigga, no jumping, them dumb ain't calling you. I ain't getting nothing extra around here. You just did what you did, and I got some clicks and views and some novel content, one of a kind in the Chrisean Rock sector. I mean, respectfully, the content that I got going to the football game with hot piss knocked over my phone, acting like she was going to do something when I would have drug the fuck out of her. You went up and beat up Cappy for knots and told them blue feathers out her head. Who remember that? Who remember that? So, we got boots on the ground content. But happy birthday, Pinkface. Yes, indeed. It's a shame how Jaidyn mad because Blueface starting a new family with a new woman and all this other stuff. And now she want to punish him by not letting him come to Pinkface's birthday party. And you guys see the title and see what it says on the thumbnail. It says the McClintock effect. That is when a group of women who are living together, they periods start sinking after a while, right? And then next thing you know, you got a house full of none but angry bitches ready to stab each other up and shit like that because of the McClintock effect. And sometimes it's because they sharing the same penis and all. Oh, and I got to be very clear. I'm just, putting a spin on the McClintock effect. But I said something yesterday about women, girls when they hit puberty, and I stated that girls who experience their cycles before a certain age was likely linked to SA. I don't know that to be a fact. I just heard that growing up, and that's what I was led to believe. And people coming here with these big ass dictionary and all these long ass words and all this other shit to tell me that that's not true. I don't know if she put this essay in my comment section. I'm like, shit. Like if it's like there needs to be a quota on how many characters y'all can put in the comment section. I'm not reading a novel, a book, a dictionary, a legal document, none of that shit. At least, you know, shit, it's bad enough 500 characters, but 2,300 characters to let me know that I'm wrong and how disgusting and deplorable I am for saying girl cycle come on whenever, you know, they've been SA. That's what I heard, okay? You can go and do all the research that you want, but that's what I heard. And just to think about it, it's like if a girl has been through SA and as a result their cycle's on, it's because their body is telling them that they've developed prematurely. And you know, I like to think that God created us like he created the birds, the bees, and the trees. I grew marijuana and I know how to grow it like a professional. And I know that there's certain steps and certain things need to happen in the developmental stages. And if I skip something or overdo something, and if I put like hormones or cause hormones to be put inside of my marijuana plants before ahead of time, that plant gonna be shorter. It's gonna be a hermaphrodite, meaning that it's gonna have both male and female reproductive organs, and or it's just gonna be a male. You got to take care of it the right way if you want to produce female plants. A seed is not considered a male or female until it gets to a particular stage, and depending on how you take care of it, it starts showing. It can show earlier, but you messed up if it starts showing early. You might well pull that bitch up because that's a male, and you finna have a bunch of seeds in your shit, right? So if I'm comparing a girl's flower to that of a flower of a plant and how it's developed, if something went wrong and something that happened that was not supposed to happen, it could cause growth and development. So I will say that I don't want to sit here and say that girls are like plants, because I've seen girls like nieces and nieces develop, and I'm like, what is going on? That is making me uncomfortable. And I don't know what actually happened. But oftentimes later in life, somebody find out something actually happened, and then you correlate that experience with a growth and development, right? So I want to be very clear. There's no scientific data, tying SA to when a girl starts a cycle. I want to make that very clear because I'm a factual driven person. Anyways, as far as the McClintock, okay, effect, that's when a bunch of girls live together and they start having a cycle around the same time. Well, what if like all these chicks are worried about the same dude and their body and their hormones start reacting a certain way around certain events that are important to this dude? Just hear me out. The other day I was telling you guys, I was like, well, Nevaeh's due date is on the 24th. If Chrisean Rock held Junior inside of her for 3 days after her water broke, Nevaeh probably be the type of girl that refuses to let her body do what her body wants to do until she wants to do it. I mean, people say women don't get pregnant unless they want to, regardless if a man let off or not. Women don't get pregnant unless they want to. They can control their body hormones. They know when they're ovulating and when they're not. That's step one in controlling if you do or don't get pregnant. And then there's also natural body hormones to where even if they're ovulating or whatever and something, the woman can spit that out and regurgitate that and the body and tell her body no. So women don't get pregnant unless they want to get pregnant. So what if a woman don't have a baby until she's ready to have a baby, whether it's premature or rather it's past 9 weeks? So me just thinking about that and food for thought for the people here, my whole theory is that the reason why Nevaeh rushed to her quote unquote 9-month pregnancy update is because she probably is going into labor because Pinkface just had a birthday. And I was like, well, since her due date is on the 24th, maybe, and just maybe, she'll hold a baby to have her child around Chrisean Jr.'s birthday. Now, Blueface didn't go to Pinkface's birthday party, and now there's a new baby that could have possibly been born today, which is the day after Pinkface's birthday. And if it's not today, maybe Nevaeh is going to hold on to that child around Chrisean Rock's baby birthday. Because right now, Nevaeh's body is telling her to have the child. Blueface and disrespected his daughter and his only daughter. And then the internet theory and Chrisean Rock revealed last night that she's planning a birthday party for Junior. So if Nevaeh have this baby right now and her child is an infant and she needs to and feel like having this baby will hold this man down since I'm not married to him, the only thing I got is this baby. Maybe he'll stay with me through this postpartum. He's supposed to go on tour in September anyway, so he can spend a little time here and miss Junior's birthday. So I feel like these girls are playing psychological games with each other, all in the name of being chosen by a peen that don't want to choose them. That was just talking to Stunner Girl, by the way. So, you know, Nevaeh was sitting down with Blueface streaming.
Or I'd be at the apartment. Let's be honest. If I would have talked to other niggas, I think I would have been doing that, to be honest. So.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I want to go to over here towards the end of the video. Well, not the end, but I want you guys to notice, like, she was complaining about pain and complaining about different things, and he just like had to go and do a checkup. You see how he pulled out his phone, and then all of a sudden it went to his intro, and there's a conversation being had because prior to that she's on the bed, she's like wore down, looking at things, and then there was a jump his and now he's in the car driving her to her checkup, and she's on the phone talking to her mother and speaking in coded language. I'm not gonna play that music because I'm tired of like cutting it out. Speaking in coded language to go to her appointment, where else she might have pushed out that baby today. And we will see and we will know, because right now, according to everything and how things are playing out, she just went in for a checkup. Okay. So, and Blueface, you know, talking crap, people felt he disrespected her and stuff like that. One thing I noticed that Superior is missing. And if she's to have this baby, then where's Superior? You know, so yeah, all they do is eat, don't wash themselves, live stream and so forth. But at the end of the day, we will see. I'm not playing the audio because they playing music. Look. Oh, come on.
Here you go.
All they do is eat. Eat and lay up. All day. Nothing productive.
Keep it on the baby hippopotamus. Watch her eat Chick-fil-A.
Just eating and laying up.
Devour the freaking. Oh my God.
Right? What?
She's going for it.
Huh?
She's going for it.
Going for it?
Nothing.
You know what? Did you
Eat. That's loud.
That's you.
You got the barbecue? Let me get some barbecue.
Did you get barbecue? I don't see it, man. She didn't give you none.
You are so beautiful.
I'm so good.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, I think I'm in love. Choking. You're choking on Chick-fil-A.
Wait a minute. I thought you guys said he don't have no driver's license. On probation, drive without no driver's license. That's a violation. That's a fucking violation. You can go back to prison just for driving, nigga. I have a brother who went back to prison for driving.
I can't help it, man.
She's so beautiful.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay.
Anyways, let's get to something else pressing. People have been sending me a bunch of information and video clips about Blueface's relationship with Nevaeh's son, Superior. Now, me personally, I feel like if Blueface would have been spending intimate time with his own son and cuddling up with his own son and stuff, then I'm like, you know, that's almost like, it's not as worse as a Tom Brady who's telling his son to kiss him on the lips and then telling him he didn't do it good enough, so come back and kiss me on the lips, or Will Smith who's kissing Jaden Smith on the lips and he's wiping it away on national TV. I mean, all of that shit is weird and people have their conspiracy theories about it and SA and fucking with people's kids and shit like that. But, you know, those are their kids. But Superior is not Blueface's child. So here's a couple of videos. I've only watched 2 of these videos and I felt like that was enough, but I'm going to give you my take and interpretation on these videos, okay?
What's up, bro? What's up, dude?
So apparently this, as you guys can see, this video was cut and edited out to focus on Superior specifically, okay? And Superior he has a bottle of orange soda that he wants to open. It's a bottle cap that he cannot open. Instead of the adults around who see what he's doing, taking the bottle immediately, or what Nevaeh is doing or whatever, take the bottle immediately and open it because the child wants the soda. This boy does not know anything of this. At least he should not know what that could look like. What I'm going to say is this is a kid that wants the soda. While many adults and people are speculating that because Blueface and Nevaeh have such an open, promiscuous type of relationship going on, this kid has witnessed Nevaeh doing certain things to Blueface, and now he's emulating that on a bottle. It's to say, and that's how people are looking at it, that wants to sexualize everything, and I think that that's very low vibrational. Even to the point to where people don't even want to eat popsicles because people are sexualizing it. And I think that that's totally unfair for this kid. That's totally unfair for him to be sexualized based upon him just really wanting the soda out of this bottle, opposed to, you know, having communication skills the way he can just turn around and ask somebody to open a bottle. That is something that's learned. This is why people feel like Nevaeh is a bad parent, because a kid of his age should, at least as much of a crybaby he is, cry and point to the bottle and have one of the adults to open it. That way he's actually consuming the soda out of it instead of wishing that the soda was actually something that he can drink without the bottle cap on it. So I would like to choose the latter when I think about this particular behavior. And also, this is something else I've seen.
It's okay. 20 feet to the right. Ready? Yeah.
Stop. You're hurting me.
Take forever. I hate standing in one spot.
Stop.
And that has nothing to do with sexuality either. I see a kid who's kissing his mother's belly. She's annoyed and she don't want him to do it, but this shows that this kid has an affection and an attachment to his sibling that's currently in the stomach. I've seen that a lot of times. I did not see this kid do anything as far as what it go. He decided that he was going to horseplay and headbutt Blueface in his private. At least he wasn't emulating that he was kissing it or ucking it. So subconsciously, this kid knows the difference between kissing his mother's belly and also what, you know, kissing or headbutting Blueface in that area means. So subconsciously, he definitely knows the difference. Y'all got to really stop sexualizing stuff.
No, it's giving you trying to go out.
So I need jobs.
What the hell are you doing?
Damn.
Damn, let go, Superior. No, it's giving you trying to go out.
So I need jobs.
What the hell are you doing?
Damn.
Damn, like.
And I don't, again, like, I need y'all to understand that you got grown, straight, married men that go home to wives every day, slapping each other on the booty, playing football. It's weird, and you can look at it in different ways, or is it just like a good job, a form of affection and different? You got Gen Z. These kids play too much. I got nephews that do crazy, weird stuff like this, and I understand how it could look, which is why I removed myself from the situation to where nobody could actually think that about me. While I know my nephew or my niece does not see it like this, right? I got a niece that my baby, that was like basically my baby, and I raised her. She was young and she used to sit on my lap and stuff like that. And now she's 17. Girl, don't sit on my lap because, you know, other people in the family probably that went through SA or people looking at this weird. You are too big to be sitting in my lap. I got to treat you like a young lady. And on top of that, don't do that to nobody else in front of me. You know, so it's these things, learned behavior that needs to be corrected, that has nothing to do with sexuality, but could be perceived in that mannerism. And I think it's highly inappropriate for any adult to be looking at these clips and correlating that to be anything other than just a child being a child. But Blueface, as grown as he is, he needs to be very careful to make sure that that narrative is not painted about him or this child. This is where you have to be responsible as an adult.
Well, back in my day, people never had to come no pain. Well, man, he looks like I'll be taking it out.
Why does he think it's funny, man? I got a nigga, I go.
We're the first people that ever
Stop.
We're like the
We're about to get on the ride. Are you ready? I'm gonna stream. It's the last.
That's you.
And who's this? Yeah, Johns. There we go.
Is it ice cream?
Gotta get used to the name.
Vacation. Can't you kill me on a work day? Send some
Johns.
Give me that rock.
Forget it, Bob. We'll never. Dad.
I've waited in line an hour for this thing, and no, the last thing you'll ever.
That is so me. I do that all the time.
Here are some new guidelines to ensure safety.
I don't see anything wrong with this either. I don't know why would you extralize this. Again, I don't know what type of households y'all come from or what type of. I think what it is that Blueface has not spent any time with his own kids, especially like on live stream, to show this type of reoccurring affirmative affection towards them. So people are looking at him like, why are you doing this to somebody else's kids? Child. Kids are very playful. Kids are very cuddly. Kids are very cute. We all know that. And I just think him doing that is like showing a type of affection towards somebody else's child. Again, had he did this to his own children and didn't say weird shit to them, like telling Javon or telling the whole world, can't wait till Javon gets 18 so they can crack a chick together, or continuously asking them questions about their sexuality, then people would not like perceive this as anything other. People literally are zooming in and watching you like they're watching Chrisean and trying to find evidence of her admitting that she unalive running dope. People are reaching Blueface, and you need to be very careful.
You got friends in school? What's your name? You don't know your friend's name? What about any girls? Any cute girls?
It's got boys kills.
Boys and girls? Yeah. You like boys or girls? Girls suck?
Bro.
And even Nevaeh is not helping it, bro. Like, I just totally feel like Nevaeh knows that Blueface is bisexual, and she's wiped his bookie and probably played with some toys back there. And so, like, me personally, absent knowing that about Blueface, he specifically says, do you have any friends? You like, oh, this guy said, I got boys and girls as my friends. And then Blueface is like, do you like boys or do you like girls? When he said boys, I didn't take that to mean anything actual. What I took that as is girls are annoying. Like, boys don't like girls to play with the same toys. That's why they play with Barbie dolls, and we play with Tonka trucks. We talk about and play with Pokemon cards and Dragon Ball Z, and they just think we're weird. So why would I like somebody that think I'm weird because I'm doing something that you're not supposed to do, or society has told you is not for you? Okay, like, you're not even interested in the same thing I'm interested in. Go away. You can't have a conversation with me. But on Valentine's Day, by the time they get in 4th and 5th grade, when they start saying, I like you, do you like me, circle yes or no? So I think you guys are reading too much into this. But then again, Blueface, he's not mature enough to understand what I understand. I got plenty of nieces and nephews. I deliberately make sure I don't put myself in these situations. My nieces and nephews, I got a niece that was like, you used to be so fun. And she was crying. She's like, why are you being mean? I'm not being mean to you. You are a young girl. I have to teach you the type of men that you need to accept in your fucking life. Dead ass. Like, I got nieces and nephews. They got their own little businesses, and I overcompensate them to make them feel like they're better than in their worth, to make them know their worth. Because that's the stage they're at right now. And we're past giving you money for bubble gum and candy and you crying to me about something. I'm gonna compensate you when you know your worth. Right now, this kid don't know nothing other than he wants to be a kid. Stop actualizing stuff. Y'all getting on my fucking nerve with that, bro. And any grown person running with this narrative, y'all fucking disgusting. And that tells me a lot about you, because the grass is greener on the other side of things.
Do you got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Of course.
Somebody was Spanish.
Oh, you got a friend as a boy? Okay.
He doesn't like girls yet.
He don't even like boys either. He's beating on them. He's beating on them in class.
You hitting the boys?
Bro, the lady literally told me. And he's trying to hurry up and rush out the door so he don't get snitched on.
So he just like Pink Face.
Stop.
That's how you gonna get a whipping. Stop doing that.
Superior.
Ain't the same
I like
age
your
as Pink
Spider-Man
Face.
outfit, though.
What do you say?
Dude.
Okay, I'm gonna take your iPad from you.
Yeah, we're gonna take your iPad.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, because you're acting up. I don't like that.
He's not acting up. He's minding his business.
It's not cool.
And y'all are badgering him with grown folks conversations.
No, you're not doing that. Sit down.
I can't sleep.
No, you're doing too much. You're gonna chill. That ain't no dance disco time on him. No, you're not doing that. Sit down.
So my nephews have done stuff like this to me. People have sexualized this too to make it look like this kid is acting like he getting some. Like my nephews have jumped on my head, have banged things in my ears, have jumped at my ankles, and I had to drag them off of me. This is kid behavior. Nobody is actualizing this but the viewers. And Nevaeh is not making it any better based on her reaction. And Blueface is not making it better because he doesn't fully comprehend and understand at all. But from a kid's perspective, this is not actual. Like, I'm gonna be dead ass with y'all. A boy is like not actual. Like, let me tell you something. When a boy come of age and find out something, you know, about 12, 13 years old, y'all know what I mean. And the socks be under the bed, be crusty and shit. Your dish rags, your paper towels, your toilet clogged up, crusty ass sheets. He hiding in the closet because that's the only place to get dark so he can close his eyes and use his imagination. Yeah, that's my story of what happened to me. I was baffled, bitch. Nigga, I saw the sun. It opened up my eyes. I saw the sun. You know, when I found out. But before that, like, I never thought about none of this. Like, it was just horseplay. Even a movie Moonlight, which the main character happened to grow up to be gay, but there was a time the way his friends who happened to grow up be heterosexual. Boys do things just like girls do things, but most boys learn and understand the difference. Girls keep on slapping each other on the booty and partying and doing all this other stuff. Boys would be like, no, this is a boundary. We cannot do this because this is what sexuality looks like. When I look at him riding this dude's back, he wanted to play horsey. Okay, that's like me looking at a little girl because she's twerking and dancing a certain way, and she's doing it because she likes to have fun, while grown man or you grown people is equating that to her being hot in the pants. It's fucked up. Stop actualizing kids. Y'all are the predators. I don't see nothing extra about this. This boy want to play horsey. Shit, my nephews jump on my back. I'm asleep, smacking my boot. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. They want to play horsey. I'm not thinking about actuality. I'm thinking about kids being annoying as fuck. Please stop making everything extra. You watching all the wrong clips. I thought they were reaching at first too, but no, Blue out here of line and Nevaeh don't care as long as she get her money. Shake my head. It ain't nothing but women doing this. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me see.
Like this, they send me out in public, I be told to skip. Since I came up, this hoes fuck up the rip. Every day I put it on, this hoes fuck up the trip. Know these bitches for the game, so I can chip by the bitch. Try to speak out on my name, but I'm still counting up shit. Be for real, you can't name a nigga stepping like this. Be for real, you can't name a nigga stepping like us. In the camera, the biggies on top.
This is not extra. This is a kid. This is a kid who loves his mother and who has this guy who's a father figure. And he's jealous of the affection that his mother's giving him, and or vice versa. Like there's a way for men to be affectionate and care about each other besides it going to the point to where there's some type of actuality going on. And it reminds me of yesterday. I did a video and showed a clip that went viral of this black woman going to the school, yelling and cursing at the principal and assistant principal, who happened to be black men, that told her black son to hold another black student's hand while they talked out and solved their issues. She made that to be actual when that was just a part of community building and redirecting bad behavior. Why does everything have to be actual? There's nothing intimate between Blueface and Nevaeh, or says, oh, he waiting for this kid to get grown so he can sodomize. I don't see that. But then again, on the flip side, with Blueface coming out here, not having an intimate, close relationship with his own children, skipping their birthday party, with Blueface coming out saying he can't wait for his own son to get 18 so that they can flip a chick, maybe he's thinking the same thing about Superior. See, he's not helping the situation, but I'm choosing to not sit up here and say this black man is definitely a creditor. I cannot do that to him. I cannot, for the life of me, I cannot so far.
No, we don't care about what you or social media thinks.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. It's abomination.
It's abomination.
No.
So I don't see nothing wrong with this either. Unless, of course, first of all, if he's straight up naked, he definitely shouldn't be there. First of all, kids jump in their parents' bed all the time. All the time. All the time. Is there any evidence of them doing it in Blueface, leaving the boy in the room, letting him watch? Like, this is his father figure and this is his mother. This is a happy kid. Like, you know why kids lose their innocence is because the world continues to tell them no. Superior, you can't be in this bed. Why? I love you, mommy. I just want to spend time with you guys. And that's it. That's all that is. He's a crybaby. Only thing he's thinking about is spending time and developing. A lot of us don't have the background where we come from a two-parent household or there was a male figure very much longer. My father was unalive. From the things that I hear about my father, I'm pretty sure I would have been in my parents' bed, rolling around, loving. And I used to, my mom, are you crazy? I used to jump in my mom's bed all the time. Shit, I ain't know that my mom have on no clothes and everything. I didn't see my mom running around the house here and there when I was a kid with no clothes. Even right now, if I go to my mama's house, shit, my mom probably ain't got no bra on, no nothing. Walking around, that's that woman's house. I never actualized or thought about none of that. I've never seen like my sister and them, like none of that. Like I can honestly say I've never seen none of that. But my mom, that's her house. That lady walk around with her shirt out and everything. So, like, but for Blueface to not be his father and a man, he should definitely want to put on clothes. We seen John Legend with motherfucking chaps on. Fatter than a bitch, like he just came from that Obama party him and Christy went to with his son crawling around and he's smiling with nothing but some whitey tighties on in front of his son. People ridiculed that. It actualized that. When that man was just comfortable in his own house and felt like the child was young enough to where he didn't understand that and I don't have to be solely responsible because actuality shouldn't be on your mind. Why should we say a 3 or 4 year old should look at, why should I want to push a narrative to reinforce that this child is looking at this as actual? I'm just not about, I'm sorry.
My stomach is covering, so my legs are just open this way, not that way. There's a difference. This way, not that way. The fuck? Y'all make a problem out of everything.
I can eat a kid right now.
I wonder how y'all relationships feel, y'all people feel about y'all.
I want to.
You want me to eat you?
Basically.
I don't see that, like when he said please stop. Okay, please stop. Stop it. Okay, stop it. Y'all doing too much by actualizing that. And I'm giving Blueface the benefit of the doubt. I need evidence beyond a reasonable doubt before I push that narrative. I'm not gonna do it. I cannot do it. That's not right. It's not right. It's not right because what you're essentially doing is saying that a father figure, a stepdad, or a biological dad cannot have no affectionate relationship with his son. Then that child grew up feeling neglected and abandoned when the whole time, like, again, I just told you guys, I have a niece that used to do things, that used to sit in my lap and all this other stuff. You're too big to be in my lap now. You're too big. You're going through your little cycles and stuff. You're too big to be doing it. Or my nephew is like, you too big to be playing these games. Boys, like, it started from playing horsey to the frat parties and all this other stuff. Like, stop actualizing things all the time. I just cannot do it. And it's mostly black women do it. I don't know if it's a generational struggle within a bunch of family dynamics to where SA happened to boys and girls, because that do happen. Okay? SA happens to boys just as much as it happened to girls. I just am not convinced and compelled that Blueface is capable of even thinking about doing something like that. Shashi said, I think the world has forced us to put a microscope on things involving kids, even when it's not even necessary. We automatically go to the worst of the worst, even in the most minute evidence. Right. I'm not going to do that. So when Blueface is like, what, you want me to eat you? Is like, I would compare that to playing Monster High all the time. Or you see how you tickled him to death? And he was crying and went to sleep. That's one of the things. Okay, you got one of the little smart ass mom nephews, nieces. Oh yeah, just okay, get them back. They you hitting me, and if I hit you, you going, huh? Okay, I'm finna tickle you to death, and I'm gonna tickle you till you feel sick, like you want to throw up, and you gonna go to sleep. Yeah, that's my specialty, to get rid of these mannish ass kids. And that's what Blueface did the other day. So I relate with that. As you know, at this point, Blueface is pretty much like, he's a stepfather, not an uncle, but a stepfather to that child, and the only father figure that he knows. Why should we ruin that child's, childhood? But on the flip side, it's a shame to watch him be a better father to somebody else's child than his own biological kids and skip their birthdays. So again, when Blueface said, I'm ready, you want me to eat you, that's playing Monster. Or another one that we all do to infant kids is we to their belly button and they laugh and key. And after 2 years, it's like an unspoken communication. Oh, it just stops. Nobody who does that to a child that's older than, it's non-effective. It doesn't work anymore. So again, certain things that you guys are sexualizing is not going to work out, or is not going to be happening as that child get older, because he would have had his own experience to fully grasp what this means. Okay. And then he or she would be able to determine what they want to do as conscious beings. Okay. Like a little girl out there twerking because she see her mom do it and she see all the people on the music video do it. Are we to correlate that to her? But then, somebody get that apple, somebody touch that forbidden fruit, they probably pop a little bit better. But, you understand what I'm saying? So please stop actualizing kids and let kids be kids. Kids are innocent. Kids are absolutely innocent. And I know for a fact a boy is selfish. A boy who has not developed anything, and he's not able to, do what he do. And that's at the age of 12 and 13. Like, it's like, what is it? I remember when I was like 5 years old, it was these girls that were, I was 8 years old, and it was these girls that was a little bit younger than me. They knew exactly what to do because I'm pretty sure they was dealing with SA in their own house.